morning. We are up bright and early today in the Mercedes SL, and plan of action for today is to fix one of the little issues that I've noticed with the car in the last couple of months of owning it on the road. So that issue is the Airscarf. I've done a bit of digging. I've found out what I think the most plausible issue is, and that goes back to the Airscarf module. So plan of action today is going to be getting access to the original unit, seeing if there's any damage on it that's obvious. But regardless, I have purchased a new unit from Mercedes. I'm going to have a go just plugging that in. Mercedes has said that it needs coding, like the gearbox TCU. Apparently this needs coding as well. Personally, I can't see why it would. Its literally only function is for the Airscarf. It's not like a module that does multiple different things, so I don't know why you'd have something like that coded. It'll be part of the anti-theft scheme with Mercedes, but why would someone steal an Airscarf module? It seems a bit of a bizarre one. So yeah, I'll have a look at that. We'll go from there. So just to actually show you what the issue is here, so you've got your heated seat there and then your Airscarf. So what I've found is when I'm actually driving, this will stay on depending on what speed I'm doing. So if I'm on the motorway doing 70 for instance, this will stay on 3 bars. As you can see there, it stayed on for about 5-6 seconds and gone off when I'm stationary. Also, if I'm going a little bit slower, I'm going like 30, I can get it to kind of stay on 1 bar. But as I say, stationary, it doesn't stay on at all. I have had a diagnostics tool on this. It's not a star diagnostics tool, so it doesn't speak entirely with it, but it did show that there was a malfunction with both of the Airscarf. So to me, that's pointing to the module. There's no way that both of them have failed at the same time. I just can't see it happening in terms of motors. I've also had the backs off of these as well, which again kind of proves that, yeah, one, the fan motors, I know they're kicking in. Again, it's kicking in when I'm doing higher speed. And then the heater motors as well. There's heat coming out of there. Even when you've got the backs off, you can feel the heat on the plastic. So you can feel the heater elements being warmed up. So there's nothing else I can see that is an issue. And with the diagnostics tool as well, when I looked at the temperature sensors on there, it seemed to be reading correct temperatures for both the air temperature inside and outside the car, and also the heater elements as well. So yeah, fingers crossed, this will do the job. Right, so first step is nice and easy one, because you can do it with the car. Just basically take the roof down. So we'll get the roof down. That not only gives us better access to where we're going to need to be anyway, because we're going to be behind the front seats in that centre bit. That's where a lot of the modules seem to be stored on these SLs. Right, just for access now, we're going to look to move the seats forwards, get them out the way. As I say, it's behind the seats where we need to be. So just give us as much access as we possibly can there. Right, so we've actually got a hell of a lot of room to play with. So I believe that units are going to be behind here. So next plan of action is to try and get to that. Right, so sometime later now, and I'll show you where I'm up to now. I'll try and explain what I've done, what you do need to take off, what you don't need to take off, and go from there. It's not how to, but hopefully it'll give you some idea as to where this is. Where we're looking is actually behind here. So your seat base at the back, parcel shelf back there, and it's this module here that we actually need. So I've now got access to that. Basically had to take this trim off, loosen this trim up. I would say probably still need to take that off just to get it pushed out a little bit. I'm not going to do that side just because I've got enough room now there to get to that, unbolt that, unplug the new one in. But yeah, hell of a job that for a little Airscarf module. Sort of third world problems, that not working, but I do want everything to be working as it should be on this. So the module I bought was direct from Mercedes. I wanted to buy a brand new one, didn't want to take the chance on a second hand one. So I paid the Mercedes price, which was $289.20 including VAT. So certainly not a cheap job to do this one, nor is it easy to access. But once you do get in there, it is as simple as pulling out the 3 plugs and then undoing the 2 nuts either side. And then it literally just lifts out. So I'm just doing the reverse of that now to install a new one before I button everything back up and then test the new unit. Right, so I've just stuck a bead of glue just on this, because this is just separated on this section. So I just wanted to get that back on before I clip it in. And this is as simple as give it a bit of a click on both sides. When you do click that in, you will hear it and feel it go in. And then as simple as these just clip on either side and you're in. That's basically as easy as that is. So final bits now, we'll just box this bit off here. So try and remember how this went in again now. And what's that? So first off, I believe, let me put this in. Right, so just a quick one, wanted to go through with the seat back. I made a massive hiccup when I very first stripped this. I thought you could basically just unclip the seat back, but don't do that. Make sure you take the two T20 Torx bolts out the bottom, so they just go in the base here and here, and I'll show you there on the actual cover. You've got 3 elastic bands as well that basically tie this to the seat, if you like, to hold it tight. As I say, I messed up when I first did it and broke all the clips, so just super gluing these top ones back on. And that bottom one, that one I can't salvage, but with these back on, it'll be more than fine. I've actually had it back in place without any of those and it still sits fine. It doesn't rattle or anything like that, so it's not an issue. But while it was off, just wanted to get that done. I mentioned it to you guys just in case anyone else does take this off, and hopefully you won't do what I did there. Right, so it's moment of truth now, and we'll see whether that's fixed the Airscarf problem. I'm not that confident it will have, because I have been told that that unit needs coding in. So we'll see what happens when I press this button now. So we can hear the motor starting now. That's definitely staying lit. It already would have gone off now, so it already gives me much more confidence that that has worked. Just to test it, I'll go on the other side as well. And let's go to the back of the seat just to see what that's doing. As you can see there, the fan is actually running up. We've got some nice heat out of there. You can actually feel normally the heat on the back of here, it's this section here. But yeah, you can clearly see the fan motors running, so that's job done. Happy days. So great news, you do not need to code these. So if you do have an Airscarf module, don't worry about coding it in. It doesn't need to be done, it's plug and play. And with the seat backs, you do not need to take these off to do this job. I just had them off previously to do some investigation works. And I wanted to do a temporary fix on those brackets to hook it in properly before I get my new one. It was an expensive mistake, but hopefully you guys won't make that now you've seen this. These two here, these just clip on the metal frame underneath the seat just to hold this section in tight. And that's a successful morning. So seat back's fixed, Airscarf module's in, Airscarf's fixed, and essentially the only thing to do on this car now is the struts. As I mentioned before, the boot struts have gone on me, so a little bit annoying, but they're on order, should be in the next couple of days. I'll get them in and then we're back to 100% on this car, no issues whatsoever. So what I'll do is I'll come back to you guys in a few days time when I have got those in. We'll get them mounted up, I'll show you the process of that as well. And yeah, until then, I'll see you in a bit. Right, until we get back to it, I'd really appreciate, guys, if you could hit that like and subscribe button. Costs nothing, but it really helps the channel. Thanks, guys, let's get back to it. Right, so it's a couple of days later and I've actually got the struts for the tailgate and the SL now. So I'll just quickly go through fitting those. Hopefully it should be as simple as like a 5-minute job. It looks to be, from what I've seen of the actual struts that have come. Should be able to just pull like the little circlip things out, which will then hopefully allow me to pop off the old ones, and then obviously it's doing the reverse to fit the new ones in there. So I'll go through that now. I'll show the job being done, and yeah, hopefully that'll be everything on the SL complete, no issues. I've actually been driving this round, as I say, for a couple of days, prior to getting delivery of the strut, so I've had full use of the Airscarfs on both seats. No issues have come back off that after fitting the module, so that's great news. And yeah, as I say, this will now, once they've been fitted, be a faultless car. So the struts that we got from strutdepot.com, and basically you get these as a pair, which is exactly what you need. I think all I'm literally going to need is a flat blade screwdriver to get these. It's literally just these circlips that you need to pop out, which will then open those up on the inside, and it should just pop onto the nipple, if you like. Right, so safety first, and you will need to prop up your boot or your tailgate when you do this job, so make sure you've got something decent there. I've done it with a bit of a broomstick and a level, and that was good enough for me, but make sure you do something either side as well. You don't want one side as you snap it loose to come down on you. So with this one, it really is as simple as just getting a flat blade screwdriver. As you pull the pins out, you'll hear it pop and you've released them. Putting it back on, just as simple, no tools required at all to put them back on. You're just pushing them back in onto those nipples, and again you'll hear them pop and they clip into place, so you know they're seated correctly. Once that's done, you can then release whatever it is that you're using to temporarily hold the tailgate in place. The struts will keep it in that position. And then when you do open these tailgates on the SLs, just remember it's not a fully sprung opening. It's literally just to pop it open enough so that it doesn't allow the soft close to re-catch and then re-latch to close it. So it's just enough, and then it's a manual pull to actually open up the tailgate. So that's the work for the SL done, and it's been fantastic. But I do have some things in mind in terms of making it my own now. So in the next few videos, I'll be showing you what modifications I'm going to be doing. If you could hit that like and that subscribe, it'd be very much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.